One thing I really had to realize on my journey all the way up to the point I'm at now is below average people or average people are never going to understand above average mindsets. You can sit there and you can try to explain yourself all you want to, but it is never going to get through to someone who is just so average that they can't even fathom that some of these things are really possible in life. The mind is powerful, bro. The mind can take you wherever you want to go, but you have to control your own mind. You have to develop your mindset. You have to tell your mind where you're going and how you're going to get there. You cannot sit there and let your mind dictate you and your own life. If you don't control your mind, you're fucked. That's it. Like, it's as simple as that. If you can't control your mind, you're screwed and you're not going to get anywhere. I remember when I first, like, I knew I wanted more for my life. I didn't want to end up like everyone else around me in my hometown. The day I decided that I didn't want to do what everyone else was doing anymore and I wanted my own path, that's when I decided to drop out of college. And that decision alone, trying to explain myself to my parents, my friends, all these average mindsets around me, the amount of shit I got for it, like, I know they love me, they care for me, but I'm sorry. Like, if I don't want your life, I'm not going to sit here and take advice from you, because that's never going to get me to where I want to go. Like, you see, like, you cannot sit there and, like, if someone is not in a position that you want to be at, why the hell are you going to sit there and take advice from them? I had to sit there and try to reason myself and explain myself to all these people that just had the most average mindset in the world. They don't understand that these things are possible. But I didn't care. I didn't care what they said. Yeah, I was going to school for free, and that was like a big thing with my parents. They were like, Jake, why wouldn't you finish this out? You know, why wouldn't you at least just get your associates? That way, you know, you could do whatever you want after that, but at least, you know, you have something to fall back on. Bro, I don't want something to fall back on, because when you're trying to go for something that you really want, and you have something like kept in the back of your mind that you know, like, oh, if this doesn't work out, I can just fall back on this. You're not going to make plan A work. The second you have a plan B, plan A is not going to work, because there's not enough pressure. There's not enough pressure for where things get hard that you have no other option. That was the only reason I made this work, was because it was plan A or nothing. I knew I didn't want a 9-to-5. I knew I didn't want to end up like everyone else. I didn't want to sit there and make $60K a year working my ass off, so with someone telling me when I can use the bathroom and when I can get lunch. Hell no, bro. I was not going to do that. So it's either plan A or I'm fucked. But I'm going to give plan A everything I have, and there's no way it can't work. I told myself, I don't care how long it takes. I don't care if it takes me 6 years, 8 years, 10 years. Like, I'm going to make this work at all costs. And that's the mindset you have to have. The second you have something there that you can fall back on, plan A is not going to go through. Because when things get hard, you don't have enough pressure to really push you through that to keep going. Things are going to get hard, and you're going to sit there and you're going to start to negotiate with yourself. You're going to start to reason with yourself, and you're going to be like, well, you know, this is really hard. I don't think I can make it through this. Why don't I just take the more comfortable route and fall back on, you know, whatever it is you have to fall back on? Hell no. I was not going to do that. And that's the thing a lot of people don't understand. Like, there's a small percentage of people that are actually, you know, built for entrepreneurship. You know, success is available to everyone, but it's guaranteed to no one. You could do whatever you want to if you don't give up and you stick at it. But that's the problem. Everyone quits when it gets hard. That's the thing. And it's like, I knew I wanted to do my own thing. So I dropped out of school, and then I started posting on social media. The gym was like all I cared about. The gym was the one thing I was passionate about, because I knew if I built a good enough physique, got my mindset to strong enough to the point that it's at now, and just continued to work on myself, my mindset, and my own personal development through the gym, I knew that that was going to open up so many opportunities. So many opportunities. Because what you guys don't realize is the gym literally teaches you the foundational principles that you need in order to win in life. It teaches you discipline, delayed gratification, a strong mindset, a strong work ethic, and It teaches you, you know, self-confidence, self-respect. Other people respect you. You can walk into a room and shake someone's hand. They don't even know anything about you. They don't know anything about you. But the second they shake your hand, you are literally sending them a signal. If you're in shape, you're sending them a signal that you take care of yourself. You're disciplined. You have a strong mindset. You work hard. And that it is respect that you don't even have to say. You don't have to say a word for them. And they can instantly just see it through your physique that you have built. It's one of the most impressive things ever because people know how hard it is to achieve a good physique. It's not something that can be bought. You have to earn it. And that's why it's so valuable. So that's what I did. I dropped out of school. I started reading books. I started researching online what I wanted to do. You know, I tried all these like, you know, get rich quick schemes. They didn't work out, you know, drop shipping, day trading, wholesaling, stupid shit like that. I mean, not that it's stupid. You can make a lot of money with it, but like, it just wasn't something I was passionate about. And that's the reason it didn't work, because I'd try it, you know, maybe for like a week or two. And then I would give up when I didn't see any results because I wasn't passionate about it. And the second things got hard, I gave up because I was in it for the money. I wasn't actually passionate about what I was doing. And that's why I wasn't able to, you know, push through the hard startup that it really takes to be doing that. But yeah, I just started posting on social media, and I had to take a lot of shit for a long time. All these average mindsets of people, you know, saying, get a job. This is never going to make you money. You can't make money from the gym. You know, just telling me all the reasons why, you know, social media wouldn't work. I had people making fun of me saying, oh, bro thinks he's an influencer now. He thinks he's going to get famous, make money, whatever. I mean, I had to deal with that shit for so long of all these average people. And it's like, no one really gives a fuck until you actually have the results. It doesn't matter what you're doing. No one's going to care until you have the results. So I just kept my mouth shut and I kept working hard at it. I blocked out everyone and I let my results speak for itself. Now I'm at a point where no one can say shit because I'm making more money than people's parents. This isn't to flex. This isn't to say I'm better than any of you. I'm not. But I just wanted it bad enough and I worked my ass off and I proved everyone wrong. I didn't listen to the small-minded mindsets that tried to keep me in this little box. And that's what you have to do if you want something bad enough. I didn't care what my parents said. I didn't care what my friends said about me, family, whatever. If I don't want your life and I couldn't trade places with you, I'm not going to listen to you. And that's always been my mindset. I'm never going to listen to someone who is below me. Yes, I can still love them. I can care about them. But I don't want their advice. Why would I want to be in their position? What have they been through that I want? You know? What kind of lifestyle are they living that I would want for myself? You know, if there's nothing there, yeah, maybe I'll take your advice into consideration, but I'm not going to listen to it. Are you kidding me? Why would I listen to it? I'm just wasting my time. If you're not qualified to speak on something, don't speak on it at all. That's been my whole thing. And I just worked my ass off, bro. Like, I got to the point where I was just done, like, trying to explain myself to all these people, you know? I didn't care. I took shit. I was doing the same thing every day for such a long period of time, and I wasn't getting the results I wanted, you know? I wasn't getting the results I wanted. I realized that, like, shit, this is hard. This is going to take a long time. I was posting on social media for a whole year before I even made, you know, my first sale from social media. You know, like, I literally locked in for a full year just to build up, you know, a decent audience to be able to eventually make money. But, like, do you know how many doubts crept into my mind throughout that whole journey? You know, there were weeks where, like, my social media would pop off, videos would pop off, and everything was great. I was like, wow, this is really working. And then there were times where it was like everything was shut down. It was super slow. I was getting no views, no follows. I was like, why am I even doing this? You know, I was delivering pizza at the time, so freaking broke. I couldn't even afford my bills. My mom's on my ass trying to get me to, you know, get different jobs, make more money doing something else. And, like, I knew the second that I picked up another job that I was going to actually have less time to put into social media what I really wanted to do. It was just going to take away from that. So I really, like, I stuck in that fire, bro. As hard as it was, like, I stuck my ass right in that fire, and I was not willing to move until it worked out. I didn't care. I was going to sit there, and I was going to deliver my pizza for however long I needed to. Even though I didn't have money and I couldn't afford my bills, I trusted that eventually it was going to work out, and it did. It did. But that was the hardest thing to go through, was just not, making money, not seeing the results. And I feel that that's a problem with, like, a lot of people, because entrepreneurship is hard. It is very hard to start your own business. Like, there's so many things you're going to have to go through. And it's like, if you're not in it for the right reason, if you're not passionate about what you're doing, you're just going to negotiate with yourself. You're going to find reasons to give up, take the more comfortable route, and just quit. And that's the problem with a lot of people, man. A lot of people want to make money, but they don't, they may not want it as bad as they say they do. With their words, they want it, but not with their actions. It's all about action. I wasn't saying shit to anybody. I just sat there. I took the shit. I isolated myself. I just worked and worked and worked for a long period of time. And then eventually my results were able to speak for itself. It didn't matter what came out of my mouth if I didn't have the results. I was just taking action. And that's why it worked out. But you see, from the beginning, if I would have listened to all the average mindsets and all the people just shutting down my dreams and putting me in this little box of what I should do with my own life, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be making more money than them. I'm 21 years old. I'm young. Like, I have, well, if it's within the Lord's plan, I have a long time to do this. If it's in God's will for me to keep going, every day he blesses me, I could have a very long time to do this. And I'm just getting started. But, like, just being at this point now, like, a couple months in, and, like, just really seeing, like, how quick my life changed. Everyone saw the initial blow up with my business, but, like, no one saw all the years and sacrifice and hard times I had to go through to get here. No one sees that. People just see the instant results. And they think it's so easy looking on the outside, but, like, no one sees what you went through. And that was the hardest part, just dealing with everyone around me, like, all their mindset. There was, like, a small percentage of people that I could actually talk to about this stuff, because, like, no one had that type of mindset. It's like, go to school, party, land a 9-to-5, make 50 to 60K a year out the gate. Like, I'm not doing that shit. I'm not built for that. I knew I was meant for more from the jump, and I didn't care how long it took. I was going to make something work. And you have to stop living for other people. I don't care what your parents want you to do or what they think you should do. If you have a dream and it's stuck there and there's a vision set in your heart and you are meant for more, why would you settle? Especially if you're young. Why would you settle? Why would you ever settle on something when you could be meant for more? Because my philosophy was, when I started this, I was 19 years old. 19 years old. I'm 19 years old. I can, I told myself, I'm going to give myself until I'm 28. If somehow, by the time I turn 28 years old, that every single thing I tried just happened to not work out, which wouldn't be possible, because if I give something my all, it's going to work out. I don't know how long it's going to take, but it's going to work out. As long as I never quit, something's going to work out. But I told myself, I'm going to give myself until I'm 28. If nothing works out somehow, then I can fall back on, a police officer, a firefighter, whatever. But why the hell would I sit there at 19 years old, drop out of school, go straight into, like, law enforcement as a police officer or whatever, a job that I didn't really want to do, and just settle at that? Yeah, you could be making, good money out the start, but I don't want that job. You know how long those shifts are? Like, I don't want to work for someone else. I wanted the freedom. I don't care for what money can buy. I don't, because I know anything I buy, just like this car I'm sitting in. I'm sitting in, one of my first dream cars. a 2024 Mustang GT50. I'm sitting in this right now. I was ecstatic when I bought this. It was a great feeling. You know, I'd never had enough money to buy myself a nice car before. It was a surreal feeling, but like now I'm like, what, like over a month to almost 2 months into having this car, and I'm over it. Like, it's material. It gets old. Like, you just look on to the next bigger and better things. That's why I know, like, material is never going to satisfy me. It's what, you know, it's the freedom that money can give you. The freedom, not the things money can buy. I want to support my family. I want to take care of my family, the people I love. I want to be able to, you know, go anywhere I want to go, live wherever I want to live. Not have to check my bank account every time, you know, I take my girl out to dinner or, you know, want to buy her something. That's the freedom I wanted. And that's what I was really chasing. And I know, yes, you know, maybe a police officer, you know, you can make good money. You can get up to, you know, 6 figures a year. It's going to take you a couple years to earn that, but like, you can get there. But why? Why do that when I'm making way more money right now with my own business? I'm changing people's lives, helping them get into shape. I'm teaching other people how to start their own business and make their own money. Like, this is so fulfilling to me. I'm helping people, changing lives, and I'm making great money on top of that, giving me freedom with my own life. Like, just say I woke up tomorrow and I didn't feel like going to work, or I didn't feel like working. I work for myself. Who the hell is going to tell me I need to work today? You know, obviously I'm not going to do that because I love what I do, but like, I have that freedom. And that's the beauty of having your own business. Yes, it's hard, but you make great money. You have freedom. Like, there's so many great things that come with it. But it's like, you also have to be ready for that getting into it. Entrepreneurship is not for everyone. There's only a small percentage of people who actually make it work. And the only difference between the people that make it work and the people who don't is because everyone else gives up. They give up. If you quit, you're never going to see something through. No matter how hard it is, if you never give up, you will make it work. But the second you give up, you literally eliminate all of your chances to actually see it through. And that's the problem. But long story short, you know, the reason I was making this video is to show you guys, like, if you're above average, you have a above average mindset, you know you want something different for your life than, you know, the majority of people have. Don't try to sit there and explain yourself to average mindsets, because they're never going to understand you. They're not going to understand you until you actually have the results for it. And that's just a fact. I don't care if it's your family, your friends, whatever. Keep it to yourself, you know, because that's also a very big mental battle. They're going to shut down your dreams and your idea and your goals instantly. And then you're going to have your own self-doubt on top of that. So you're not only going to have your own self-doubt, but also other people with small-minded mindsets constantly bringing you down and shutting you down when you don't have the results yet. How do you expect to keep going with dealing with all that shit? Like, you have to, self-belief is everything. It doesn't matter what anyone else tells you or what they think about what you're doing. If you don't believe in yourself, you have nothing. You're never going to make it. If you believe in yourself, it doesn't matter how long it takes. If you keep working at it, you will get there, because you're the only one doing it. You know, you can have people help you along the way. I had help. I have mentors. I have mentors who I look after, who I learn from, and who just, you know, sped up the process an insane amount. I have mentors who I look up to who have been where I'm at, and I'm learning from them on how to get to where they're at. Everyone, you know, you have to always learn from people above you. But what I'm trying to say is, you can't listen to the small-minded people around you. If they've never done what you want to do, don't even listen. Don't even, like, just block it out. Because it doesn't mean anything. What they have to say, yeah, they may care about you, they may love you, but they don't know what the hell they're talking about. They're working a 9 to 5. Why do you think they would have any good advice on business? They're going to try to sit there and tell you that you can't start your own business when they have never tried to run their own business, and they're working a 9 to 5 under someone else making an average salary every year. Why would you even take their advice into consideration? Doesn't make sense. Don't listen. Self-belief is everything. If you believe in yourself, you can do anything you want to. You just have to be willing to work hard, stay disciplined, have delayed gratification, and most importantly, just never give up. If you never give up, it will eventually work out. You don't know how long it's going to take, but eventually, if you never quit, you will see it through and you will get to where you're trying to go.